Hello! Welcome back to Star Wars Minute. It's the daily podcast where we analyze, we scrutinize, and we celebrate the Star Wars movies 1 minute at a time. I'm Pete the Retailer from PeteTheRetailer.com.
I'm Alex Robinson from AlexRobinson.fun.
And today we are talking about minute 138. That's right, we are 138. It's of Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. Let's see, 138 starts with the digital artist's kill screen. We'll talk about that in a second. And it ends with the visual effects crew. So kind of on brand. Thematically, it's just one minute of the people who did this thing.
Yes.
People who made magic happen. Now, I mentioned the digital artist kill screen. I had to go back and see how long is it? You know,
how long is it?
We measure it in screens, and I can't remember what the longest one we've had yet is, but this one is 2.5 screens.
Wow.
So that's pretty good.
Well, to put that in another way, I looked up how many actual visual effects artists are on the film.
Okay.
And do you want to? I'll give you. It's a multiple choice.
Okay. Good.
Were there 327, 420, 666, or 1,138? You're just trying to get the closest.
Okay.
Just to get the closest. So,
okay.
327, 420, 666, or 1,138.
Let's go 327.
You are incorrect. The actual number of visual effects people, 1,108 visual effects.
Wow.
People in the visual effects department. So I don't think that's all necessarily the kill screen people, but that's all the people in the visual effects.
Well, those are digital artists that are under the VFX banner. I think that's their own separate chunk.
Right.
And then there's other. Yeah. Wow, that's good. That's good stuff.
But yeah, over 1,000. So nuts.
If we've got a 2.5 screens worth of digital artists, there have got to be some Petes and Peters in there, haven't there?
Although they tend to be young, and like you said.
Well, I'm going to jump right into it. I hope you don't mind. But I've got the Pete list this week.
Why we're here.
Has an interesting variety. You know, normally, so we got some Petes, we got some Peters. Every once in a while we get yesterday we had a Pierre. But here we got a good variety of, we've got.
International Petes?
Yeah, basically. It's from the Intercontinental Union of Petes. We've got Peter Chesloff, digital artist. Mm-hmm. Peter Dalton with a U. Dalton.
At the end?
D-A-L-T-U-N?
Oh, weird.
P-U-T-U-R. Pewter. No. P-E-T-E-R. D-A-U-L-T-O-N.
Okay. Oh, D-A-U. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Peter Dworin. D-W-O-R-N. O-R-I-N, rather. And then we got the next three, two more digital artists here we go international. We got Piotr Tatar.
Wow, that's very international. Is that how you say it? Piotr?
Piotr. I believe so.
Huh.
Piotr. Am I wrong? Piotr's out there? Russians? Colossus fans?
I think Russians? I've read it, but I've never heard it spoken out loud. So
I think it's Piotr. Piotr.
Okay.
It's like
Fyodor. Kind
of. Piotr. I'm saying it more kind of Irish. I don't know why. I'm like, Piotr. Well, we've also got the kind of more German-Austrian version, Peter, P-I-E-T-E-R, Peter.
Oh. How do you feel about those Peters?
I knew one in high school, and we may have done this bit before, but I did. I knew one in high school, and he was part of the club. They're totally welcome. Peter Warmington. So I feel close and cozy with him.
Mm-hmm.
So we got 5 digital artists, and then additional VFX. So there's a lot of the visual effects things are broken into different effects houses that do work on. So they're given, oh hey, we need to do this scene. Let's farm it out to these guys. And one of the additional visual effects houses or groups, gangs, I don't know what you call them, but they're called Important Looking Pirates. And one of the important looking pirates, another international, let's go Pietro Ponti.
PP?
Yeah, that's Italian. So Pietro Ponti, Stone Bridge.
Stonebridge?
Stone Bridge. Pietro from meaning stone and Banti meaning bridge, I believe.
Oh,
Or
wow, that's cool.
Bridges, Stone Bridges. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. Am I?
Stone Bridges was that show with Don Johnson, right?
Yeah, where he was like a Walker Texas Ranger type of guy.
Uh-huh. He walked her across the bridge.
So he was an important looking pirate from Italy, I'm assuming. And rounding it out, we had some Peters with Pietro. Then we just got a Pete in the depth department. Always one of my favorites. The depth department.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's sitting around being like, whoa, man. But Pete Neubauer.
Pete Neubauer.
From the depth department. Now, I don't know if we talked, I don't know if this has come up before, but it kind of made me forget that I had, flipping through my notes to see if we had talked about this. I don't think so. I forgot that this movie was out in 3D also, from the depth department.
Oh, yeah. Oh, is that what the depth department does?
I don't know. I think so. I think they're the ones who make it, they give it depth. They do their post, but it's three-dimensionalized in post, which bothers me. I like 3D.
That's like that artificial 3D, right? Where they
just kind of like split it up. And I like 3D movies. I know I'm probably in the minority on that. I like going to see a movie in 3D. I know there's accessibility issues with that, and there's all kinds of other, but I do like I like a good 3D movie. But it bothers me
of 3D movies.
Yeah, I do. I have this movie in 3D. I own it. But it does bother me that they don't film them in 3D. They film them and then kind of retrofit them into being 3D, which seems like you're not doing it to do it. You're just doing it like as a gimmick. It seems more like a gimmick if you're just doing it afterwards to port it into 3D.
Yeah.
So I'm not that into movies where it's just like, oh, we filmed it regular and then made it 3D.
Do they still,
No.
I lost track. After COVID, do they still do 3D movies? I know the movie industry is in kind of rough shape at the moment, but was Barbie in 3D?
I think there are some definitely that pop up in 3D and you can do like real 3D and then there's like the 4D thing. Like I bet there was like, you could have gone to see the Ninja Turtles movie maybe in 3D. Yeah, see, that's computer generated, animated movies that, or whether computer generated or not, they have, I don't know if you can do it with, but computer generated movies, they can just render it in 3D. They can be like, add another camera. Yeah. And do, it's not as easy as to just say, okay, hit a button, but it's easier to go back and be like, well, yep, we can make it real, 3D just by adding another camera to each scene, each shot, whatever. It does take a while. I'm not belittling the amount of work that goes into it, but much easier, I think, than going back and making, let's say, a 3D version of The Wizard of Oz, which I also own. It seems odd.
I don't think it's a matter of like you're disparaging their work so much as just it would be better done the other way, intentionally 3D,
right.
Like Avatar or whatever,
right?
Where it's made to be a 3D movie. So yeah. I never saw the second Avatar. I'm waiting for the third one to come out so that I'm assuming they'll re-release the first and the second one. So I'll maybe go see the second one and then, what, doesn't it even matter? I'm sure this is the plot of the third one. I'm sure I could probably piece it together pretty easily.
My, for some reason, I forgot how it happened, but Ella and DTR went to go see the second Avatar movie, DTR's never seen the first one.
Sure.
But, it was out and it was something they were out on like a date kind of a thing. And they went to go see that. So she's told me about it a couple times and has like a fondness for it, but I don't know. We'll see what happens if they do come out with a third one and it does come out. They all come out in theaters again. That might be a fun thing to do. Because
I don't think of them as like movies. I think of them as like going on a 3D ride.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like Star
I'm not
Tours.
here for the characters. Yeah, exactly. I'm not here for character development. I'm just here to watch, blue monkeys jumping all over the place.
Although I like Gleek. I was going to say, I wouldn't, you don't watch Star Tours at home, but I would absolutely, I think, watch Star Tours at home. So I don't know.
I'm sure it's on YouTube if you want to.
Probably. All right.
Disney. Oh, I guess they don't want to. Disney Plus should offer that as a thing, but they don't want to take away business from the.
I don't know. That would be a fun thing if it like kind of randomized every time you hit play, and it encouraged. But they should think about that.
Yeah. Was that it for the Pete's?
That's it for the Pete's. And my 3D movie talk. I like 3D.
So far, I feel like this movie has not had as many Pete's as I would have thought. Maybe, hopefully, future minutes will.
Yeah,
we'll have.
Look out for tomorrow.
Oh boy, it's a Pete warning. I also want to call attention to 2 other visual effects companies that were listed here. One of them, additional visual effects by the Tippett Studio.
Oh yeah,
of course, Phil Tippett, one of the grand old men of Star Wars animation, and additional scanning services were provided by We Shoot Lasers, which I thought was a pretty cool name for a company, especially working on a Star Wars thing. So, yeah. Well, that's all I have that is specific to this minute. Do you have anything else?
No, I mean, it's mainly, digital and visual effects artists, and, they do a great job, but there's not that much to dig into.
Right.
With that. What about you? Do you have any more content?
I don't have anything specific to this minute, but I did come up with a Star Wars trivia quiz. If you want to do that.
Sure, of course. I'm always down for a quiz.
And this covers the whole. I was going to make it very not Rise of Skywalker specific, but I feel like we kind of just did that recently, so I decided to make it all the.
It covers the whole. Now they can't blow up the Death Star.
That Geoff Gergerod is a genius. I'm telling you. What type of dog breed inspired Chewbacca?
I know the story, although I know that we're not allowed to say that Chewbacca is Han Solo's dog. But I want to. Is it a Malamute?
Alaskan Malamute.
Alaskan
Very
Malamute.
good.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
What system did the Falcon gang consider going to before heading to the Lando system?
The Know-It system. There's not much there.
Yeah. Very good.
No, wait, that's where they go, right? Isn't Bespin in the Know-It system? Oh, no.
No, you're right. This is the Know-It system, and Leia says there's not much there.
Right. Here's something. Lando.
What are the dying words of Padme Skywalker?
Does she say something beyond Luke, Leia?
Yes. Her last words are to Obi-Wan. Not to the droid.
I am relaxing. That's what she says. And then she dies.
I can feel my heart breaking. Ow, ow.
I don't know. I would defer to you normally because it's a keep wanting to call it Rise. It's
Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith question.
I don't think I would have gotten this one. I probably would have said along what you said about about Luke and Leia. But it's I know there is. The line before that is, Obi-Wan, there's still good in him. I know there is. Ugh. And then she turns her head to the side and sticks out her tongue.
Right. Again, as best represented in the not the cut scenes, but the kind of animation, interscenes, but from the Lego Star Wars.
Yeah.
Where it's just, because they don't talk in that. They're just kind of, they're miming it all out. And so you see, and she's on the table and she's like, and Obi-Wan is there, kind of like, and then I think they hold hands for a second. And then you basically just hear like, and then her eyes turn to X's and that's it. Cut.
Wait, I thought those were the babies coming out when you did that. Oh, so she dies right after. Got it.
Right.
Yeah. That's really funny. I gotta play that. I keep meaning to check out that game on the iPhone version.
I have it on the Switch. We could do that. Maybe we'll live stream that down the.
Yeah, people should go to StarWarsMinute.com/Patreon and see if that comes to fruition. As of 30 BBY, what was Annie's midichlorian count? It's a Phantom Menace question for you.
Off the charts.
Coming in at number 1, it's Anakin Skywalker.
I want to say 10,000, but that's
10,000.
Yeah, could almost buy your own ship for that. 50,000, 50,000,
20,000,
20,000. Oh,
20,000.
Split the difference.
Yep. So, Yeah, no update on whether or not him getting his limbs chopped off. I guess
Hmm.
I wonder if midichlorian counts kind of
I think
wax
it's like,
and wane over time.
yeah, isn't it like, parts per million or something like that? So it wouldn't, I don't know. Tough to, we
Yeah.
don't know the science. It's junk
Yeah.
science anyway. George Lucas said so himself. Some people believe in that.
That's why he put it in the movie, so that it would
Yeah.
be something that would be totally not true. He just put it in the movie as
Mhm.
as a diversion. I'm I was wondering if Jedi went through like menopause, if they're like when they get older and they start losing their force powers and stuff. But obviously Obi-Wan Kenobi's like 40 when we see him in.
That's true, yeah.
So, but Yoda then again,
Yeah.
Yoda's the oldest one there is, and he's just, so maybe it's the opposite. The older you get, the more midichlorians you hang on
Concentrated.
to. Well, along similar lines, what is the first line? I'll combine them into two. What is the first and last line of The Phantom Menace? Movie you saw 13 times in the theater.
Oh, I can't think of the actual first. It's in the Radiant 7. They're talking. They're trying to hail the. Does he say like communicating with the planet now or something like that? Calling the planet, calling Naboo.
You're very close.
Hailing frequencies open.
Again, very close. Something someone in that position would say. A word that person would say.
Right.
I want to just tell you.
Yeah.
Captain.
Captain.
Yeah, and I'm sure the next line is, we're trying to reach
Right.
the
And the last line, of course, is peace. Is it not?
Huh. The line they had listed here is Yahoo. Does he say peace, Yahoo? And
I
then lift
guess
up
peace, and then everybody was like, "Yahoo!" I guess afterwards. Or were you watching
who
it?
says it?
Yeah. Were you watching it on the internet circa 99, 2002, or whatever?
That's true. Yeah. And finally, who killed Galen Erso?
Maggie Simpson.
Congratulations, you win a Simpsons house.
Who killed Galen Erso? Wasn't it some random Imperial? Oh no, it wasn't Cassian Andor, right?
Nope.
It was.
You're close to the first time when you said it was a random
Yeah, I thought it was some random Imperial because they show up and they blast the place, but then he escapes that, right?
He does not escape that.
He does not escape that. Okay.
Hence his death.
So it's not some random Imperial. It is a specific Imperial. Is it?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh.
The random part is right.
It's a stormtrooper.
It's a random rebel bomber because rebel ships are coming to attack the thing, and then he gets killed in the crossfire. So ironic that he died at the hands. The man who gave the plans to the rebels, is the
first one to die.
And also, why didn't he just? I'm sure we covered this a couple of years ago, but in this message, why didn't you just say, "There's a small thermal exhaust port on the on the Death Star. Go reach that. If you reach that, you'll blow it up." Why did you have to just give them the plans and not like? Just give them the information they need. Why? Yeah. Anyway, I know it's. I don't know. They need a.
I don't think he had the whole thing planned out of how they do it. Because remember, when they get the plans, they analyze the plans and come up with the thing. He just said like, "Hey, look, this. The way that this is, this could easily, So it could easily be, a chain reaction could be started. I don't know,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, but that of course is a problem of.
Going back and doing things later. Yeah.
Yeah, because, so.
Anyway, still like Rogue One. Still a good movie.
Well, that wraps up the trivia questions. Would you like to hear some IMDb trivia?
Oh, right. I thought that was IMDb trivia. I forgot.
No, this
still
one,
have this is less of a quiz. This is more of a me sitting back and taking in information.
You get to relax and
some
some of them are questions. But for instance, what Lord of the Rings actors have appeared in a Star War?
Let's see. Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis is correct.
Not Penny's Boat.
Not Penny's Boat is correct.
I
guess you get double credit for Andy Serkis because he's now been in two different Star Wars.
Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee, Andy Serkis,
Christoph Furley.
and The Hobbit.
That's it? 3?
The last 2 are kind of controversial, or not, or maybe you have to put an asterisk next to them.
Oh boy, okay.
So I don't know. I don't know your level of LOTR fandom or not. So
does it go into like, were they in the? I don't know. Were they on like the? Didn't they make a show? Wasn't there a show? There was a show. Were they on the show?
One actor only appered in the extended edition. So I don't know if you ever.
I mean, that's the version of record. I think for most people, if you ask them, they would say the extended version.
So, yeah. Want me to tell you who it was?
Yes.
Bruce Spence. Bruce Spence, most famous for playing the guy in the Mad Max, the helicopter guy.
Oh yeah.
He also played the Utapauan guy who tries to warn Obi-Wan with the teeth, and also he played another similar mouthy character in Return of the King. He played the mouth of Sauron.
Yes.
So
I remember that now.
So there you go. I remember that mouth of Sauron being one of the best additional scenes that I've seen in a film.
You know,
although actually Lord of the Rings had a lot of additional material that I thought was good.
Have I ever seen the extended version of Return of the King? I don't know. I
was shocked at one point, and for all I know, Ranky still has not seen it, and I was like, "That's crazy." I don't know. Anyway,
yeah, I mean, I'm not a fantasy guy. I liked I like Fellowship a lot, and then the other 2 kind of didn't do much for me. They're diminishing returns a little bit. And so I've definitely seen the extended version of that, but I don't know if I've ever sat and watched the extended version of Return of the King.
The other asterisk is Carl Urban, Bones himself.
Oh, right.
Because he's credited as additional voices, and there's also someone saying that he's a background person, but this does not seem to be verified by anyone.
Isn't he a stormtrooper or something? Yeah.
I lost track of all the celebrities. I think every stormtrooper was played by a celebrity. That should have been the end of the movie, is every stormtrooper taking their helmet off and oh, look, it's that guy. Oh my gosh, look, it's Ricky Gervais or whoever.
I'm going to quickly look up Carl Urban.
Carl. We were talking about Carl, actually.
Oh, that's a Carl with a K, though.
Oh, yeah. That's the cool Carl.
Yes, Carl Urban was a stormtrooper in Rise of Skywalker. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Actor's voice actually made the cut as well, with his only line being Knights of Ren. He's the one who says Knights of Ren, and the other one says ghouls, I guess.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
So there you go.
Who played so he did play the stormtrooper and did the voice of the stormtrooper.
Yep.
Carl Urban, he's appeared in a bunch of franchises now.
Yeah.
Star Trek, Judge Dredd, Marvel.
We call Judge Dredd a franchise. Yeah.
Well, like a wannabe franchise.
Yeah, we just had a whole conversation about Judge Dredd over on the Discord.
Yeah, on the Discord.
Yeah.
Never been I love the way he looks. Never really got into the comics. Okay. One more?
Sure, why not?
Billy Lord.
Yes.
Of course, Lieutenant Kilconnix herself, age 26 in this film, the same age Carrie Fisher was in Return of the Jedi.
Hey, look at that.
That's and of course she, dresses up as her in wearing her Return of the Jedi stuff later. So in the movie, I mean, not later. Not later in the movie
when they
now.
go home.
Yeah. So, although who knows? So that will wrap up today's IMDb trivia. Take it with a grain of salt.
Thanks, IMDb. Well, did we have anything else from 138? We talked about all the stuff. This is kind of, this week's going to go pretty much like this. Some little bit of nitpicking in the credits, poking some fun, having some fun with that, and then a little bit of just going off the rails a little bit. If you are still with us, you're listening to this, then why not go to StarWarsMinute.com/merch, and you get some T-shirts, you get some tapestries like the one behind Alex, you get some mugs and backpacks and whatever else there is up there. I think we set up the backpack, but anyway, all kinds of fun stuff. You can buy it at StarWarsMinute.com/merch. And then you can come back here, meet us for another Star Wars Minute.
Star Wars Minute? He's here?